Good morning. A beautiful shout out to everyone who has always made it a point of duty to tune in to Galaxy Television every day. Wow, it's another beautiful morning, and all praise to the Almighty God for giving us this privilege. We are not taking it for granted in any way, and we also appreciate the fact that you are always there to receive us into your homes, on your mobile phones, while you're in your offices. We appreciate the fact that you're always there. My name is Adejoke Adabi David. My friends call me Olori AJ. How is your home? How is your family? How are you doing? Are you doing great? Because it's when you're doing good and when you're happy, that's when your family will be happy. I'm not here alone, as you know. Joy Girl is here.
Good morning.
It's still our yellow vibes, don't worry.
Well, today I refuse to be, I don't want to talk so much because I see it as intimidation. Good morning to you. Welcome to Family and Values. My name is Joy Abu. Of course, Olori has already said it. Today is a wonderful day. Thursdays are healthy Thursdays where we discuss everything about health and family and values. As we round up the year, we want you to stay fit, to stay healthy. Okay. Yesterday was yellow vibes. Today you carried on the yellow vibes without me.
No, you still have the yellow. It's still orange.
But you see these rich auntie vibes you're giving me this morning. Okay. In fact, don't worry. Just viewers, my movie ticket is in here. That's why she's a rich auntie now.
Don't worry, you give them a breakdown of the movie by Monday.
I will. I'll do a review to you after watching the movie. I'll come in and do a review. Don't worry yourself.
So tell me, how have you been? Yesterday till this morning.
Fine.
How healthy have you eaten?
No, this period
this
I've been
season.
No. To be honest and candid, this season I've been very, very healthy in terms of eating. I've cut down on a whole lot of things like carbohydrate drinks, carbonated drinks. I've done a whole lot of cutting down. If you know me, you know what I'm talking about.
But does that mean you have been eating healthy? We need an expert to.
Yes, I've been eating healthy.
Because let me tell you, for some time now, eating has become a one-time thing for me this season. One-time thing because by the time you get to the studio, you get out of the studio, maybe you eat once, and you have a whole lot to do throughout. Maybe drink. You know, more of
carbonated
liquid, yes, and water. No, and water. Yes, and by the time it's night, you know, I don't know what to eat.
Anyway, the Harmattan season already gives you that application to always be hydrated, and so you consume more of liquid. But when we tell you consume liquid, we are talking about water. Water is good. Drink water and mind your business, as we are minding our business here on Family and Values. Okay, today is another exciting day because we have a doctor in the studio that will do justice to our topic, and we are bringing something that you would not want to miss, something that is very important to you, important to everyone as a family as a whole, and so that it will guide you into the new year. We are streaming across all our social media platforms. Please download the Galaxy mobile app so that you can watch us on the go. Go to our Facebook channel, go to our YouTube, go to our X. Drop your notification, turn on your notification button. Please drop your comments. It's important. Let's know. Give us those questions so that we can give you answers. We'll go on.
Like I said, how well do you eat healthy? When we talk about healthy diet, what comes to your mind? Is it that you try to, I'm not eating much, I eat little, I eat this much? What is it all about? What is contained in healthy diet? How can you manage eating healthy and yet it's not costing you above what you have in your account? We have a doctor in the house. He's none other than Dr. Africa Umyali. He's a medical practitioner. He's the CEO of MedMade Healthcare. And he's right here with us this morning. Compliment of the season.
Good morning, doctor.
Good morning,
welcome.
Joy.
It's so good to see you.
Good morning. It's wonderful sitting between two beautiful ladies this
the Bible says, "Blessed are you in the midst of women."
And blessed is the what? The size of your the size of your pocket, because your money start going down more and more.
I love that, the size of your pocket.
That's interesting. Now there is this saying that health is wealth. Is it true that health is wealth?
Yes, health is wealth. Health is everything. Because if you look at it on a normal day, if you are not healthy, you cannot go about your day-to-day activities. That's number one. If you are not healthy, you end up spending money for people like us. So imagine you depleting your financial base and you are saying you are accumulating wealth. You are accumulating debt. Health is wealth because if you are healthy, you prolong the days you spend on earth. And if that happens, tell me where and how will death be lurking around unnecessarily. So I tell people one thing, because I think in the scriptures they say cleanliness is next to godliness. And you cannot be clean without having a good health. So even to know God, your health has to be paramount. Yes. Because if you are not fine, there's no how you're going to praise God, whether you are a Christian or a Muslim or African traditional religion person. So that's just it.
Healthy diet. We're looking at healthy diet this morning. When we look at healthy diets, we look at it like, JB is for me to know what I have to, how I need to take carbonated drink, how I need to take gari, how I need to take the carbohydrates, the likes of the pounded yam, the solid meals and all that. So by the time I know how to put that, is it all about putting it or all about quantifying it, all about consuming it? What is healthy diet?
Olori, thank you so much. There's one beautiful thing about we Nigerians or Africans. When we look at food, they tell you, I need to get balanced diet. I need to eat balanced diet. So they'll be like, okay, for my fat and oil, there is palm oil in the soup. For my mineral salt, there is salt and there is seasoning, what we popularly call Maggi. Now, I tend to see that at times and I look at people and I laugh. What type of fat and oil are you putting in the food? Am I communicating? Yeah. So it is possible for your diet to be balanced and not healthy. Okay. But it is not possible for a diet to be healthy and not be balanced.
Okay.
Am I communicating?
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, except you are not interested in the nitty-gritty of the whole thing, although I'm guilty of some of these things I'm about raising.
Many of us like this.
Many times they'll be like, okay, you want to eat amala. I want amala. Give me ogufe. Give me bokoto. Give me this. It is not how rich your plate is that makes it healthy. It is not how much or how full your plate is that makes it healthy. It is what comprises of that plate that matters. Am I making any sense?
Yeah.
And if you look at it further, Joy, I'm very sure this season your kids will be like, let me give them cake, let me do this, let me do that. Because I think there's a place in the Bible that even spoke about that should be 1 Corinthians, I don't know, 1 Corinthians 10:31. Okay. He said that whatever you eat or drink, do it to the glory of God. Am I right? Even in the Quran, is it Al-Araf or Arif, I don't know, chapter 31 too. It spoke there, I don't know, it's funny that fill your stomach with 1/3 of food, 1/3 of water, and leave 1/3 empty. Which means whatever you consume, whenever you consume, however you consume, there should be proportionality. Which means God himself knows you being healthy is tantamount to him being praised. Does you say, God, why? My blood pressure is high, my heart is palpitating. God, why? No. Instead you'll be saying, God, I bless you.
I want a healthy being in total. Okay.
Of course.
Now I'll take you to the part that I'm guilty of, and I want to ask this straight up.
Okay.
Caffeine. Now I'm saying I'm guilty because I'm a lover of coffee.
Yes, I love coffee.
And I grew up loving coffee because my dad loved coffee. So till today, coffee is one thing I don't know how to do away with it. Now, is caffeine good, and in what proportion? Is there a quantity one can take? And in addition to that, what kind of healthy snacks can one actually have?
Okay, let me start from the healthy snacks. There is no snack that is as healthy as you taking fruits.
Okay.
You know what I'm asking? Why I'm saying this at rather, when you talk about healthy snacks, there's not there will not be flour, there's not there won't be sugar, there's not there won't be a particular oil base in it. I'm not saying this to tell people not to patronize those people that sell snacks.
Yeah.
There's always a day
One of
you
those
cheat
days you just
or you
decide
decide
to
to
cheat
indulge
on
yourself.
yourself, yeah.
So what I always advise people to do is, when you think, oh, I need to grab a munch, and it's like snacking, do fruits, do vegetables like cucumber. But they tend to help you more than you consuming donuts, consuming meat pies, stuffing yourself with it. And don't forget, those people making those meat pies, for instance, they will want to make profit. So they need something to tie you down, which will be the seasoning used in preparing the meat pie.
it.
And when you're like, oh, this meat pie is dope, it's delicious, it's sweet, I need to get another one. You are caught. It's just like smokers, those that smoke cigarettes. People used to shout, it's the nicotine. It's not the nicotine alone that ties them to it. The tie in the cigarettes. And that's why they say smokers are liable to die young, but yet they smoke. And some will tell you, I've been smoking before you were born. Did I die? Now back to caffeine. I think someone sang a song. Is it the Golden Rush? The essence of caffeine, I tell people, is there's nothing like you are enjoying it. It's you are addicted to it. So you've made it a kind of a culture. You've made it a kind of an act. You've made it a kind of a way. And caffeine in the morning increases the BP, tunes it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I will explain something. Just like a driver that wants to jumpstart his car. You know, when he wants to jumpstart, especially those manual cars, there is a way when they push,
Yes, and
you have to
immediately you have to
pedal.
pedal, yeah, you want
So
to
that's why
do
it
that.
will kick.
Just
So-
immediately.
Good. Now imagine you trying to make. I'm sorry, I'm trying to
No,
bring
no,
out.
I love the
No,
way
no.
so that because we are learning, we are making
I'm
our
a
viewers
lover of coffee
understand
too,
certain
so it
things.
makes it
now,
easy for
now
us to
imagine
understand it better.
a generator that has been down for a while.
Okay.
There is no fuel, or the fuel is not much in the tank, and you need to put on that generator by force, by fire. Especially those ones that they call like big pass my neighbor. When the fuel, when the fuel is about going out, it starts making
Yeah.
but the power supply will still be produced.
Yes.
So that is exactly, I think, I know that caffeine does. Like there is no how you take it that you won't be up. I can remember my days in the university, then people would drink coffee to stay awake because they want to read.
Yeah.
Now, can you now understand one thing in what I'm trying to paint? That coffee makes them stay awake because it disrupts a particular biorhythm,
That controls the sleeping.
which means
Hey.
caffeine is, like in chemistry, there's something they call catalyst that speeds up chemical reaction. So caffeine will just bring
it
up.
once.
I used to be guilty of coffee because I have a family ritual with my dad back then. We always finish a big what they call it, flask of coffee. Black, no sugar,
No sugar, no milk,
and
black
that's where we
coffee.
bond over it. You know, you cup, you lift it up.
Oh my God.
And you in the hand, daddy, as I was saying, you press again.
I can relate to what you're saying.
Press again.
You know, there was a time I called you that I felt like sometimes it's like I felt like falling off.
And I asked you, do you take
And-
coffee, auntie?
Yeah, and I said I take coffee.
And what did I tell you to do?
You
Stop
said I
it.
should stop it. I still take it.
Wow.
This is the life confession. Now, it's a lesson for us. Please watch it, limit it. So now I want to ask, what's the difference between probiotic and prebiotic?
Gang, gang.
Gang.
Now, Olori, I will do a kind of an analog.
Please.
You know, from God is, I always tell people something, God is a wonderful person for those that believe in God, and for those that are atheists that there is no God, whatsoever that created them is a beautiful person. Because it's surprising the way God configured and made man. Am I making sense?
Yes, you are.
Because he did in such a way that there's something we call gut flora, like these guts, that's the digestive tract as a whole. God kept some things there that will enhance and enable processes to be done accordingly. That's number one. Number two, Nigerians didn't really get to understand or know about these probiotics until they started bringing in all these general D, food supplements, blah, 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 and the likes. But personally, I'm not telling you not to take food supplements, but I always advise people, whether you want pro or pre, everything is enmeshed in the food you eat. It's just for you to understand how you do it and you go by it. Food is good, but if you overeat, there's a problem. I can remember when I was young, I think I was in the primary school, that I saw the food, and plantain happens to be my, I could not call it my fetish or my whatever. I don't know. I love plantain up to now. So then my mom, may I so rest in peace, was frying plantain, you know. So I had to, will I call it steal or fap? I don't know. I took some. I ate. So when she caught me, she waited for some days. You know what she did? She now fried plenty plantain. You know all those trays they put.
Mothers in those days.
You know all those trays they put Murtala Mohammed picture, Naira,
those round stainless.
Not stainless, so it was metal.
Metal plates.
Yes, so I'm like
white and
tray. She now the plantain was there. 7-Up of those days was something
You are doing advert for 7-Up.
No. Of those days was something you would not drink and take 2 bottles. Like when you open it, the CO2, the CO2 inside was out of this world. She kept 2 bottles beside it and told me eat. She helped me to remove my clothes. So I ate and ate and ate. I was like, you must finish it. It is your own. That was when I knew food could actually cure. And ever since then, just for a day or two, it was as if my tummy was in a world of its own.
Wow.
And I got constipated.
Only you.
I'm going to the probiotics, whatever now, and I got constipated. Now when I got constipated, that means my digestion was either altered or stopped at that particular point in time. So I needed something to do what? To kick it into action. So the way I overloaded, or the way my mother punished me with overloading of plantain, fried one, not even roasted, fried. I know in those days they fried it to be brown.
Yes, so
and the smell, Jesus.
Oh my God.
I can't forget. The way I overloaded myself that day disturbed the peristalsis of my gut. So it was just stuck and I was like this. I couldn't sleep. She couldn't sleep either. So back to what we're saying now. They will tell you, when you do this in a day, it is fine. When you use these probiotics, you will be beautiful, you will be this. But all these things exist in our day-to-day meal and fruits. So and vegetables. So what we just need to do is ensure you don't need to be rich to enjoy pro and pre. You don't need to be rich. You just have to be sensible. Get yourself a cucumber, for instance. You can do 1 cucumber for 2 days. You already have it in your system. You can do your cucumber, okay, let me do 1 today. In 2 days' time, I do it. And when we talk about vegetables, in Nigeria, what we know as vegetables is what we Yoruba call a for. Am I right?
Yeah.
It's what we call a for. We don't call the same, all these lettuce and the likes vegetables. No. It is a for. Now imagine a pot of soup made by you, having spinach, amaranthus, that is efo tete, and shoko family.
You mentioned it the natural way.
Okay,
so everybody that tete.
Efo tete.
Gure.
Gure, okay, that one grows everywhere. Gure,
shoko,
ugu, like 4 or 5 vegetables in a pot. You have been able to do yourself something beautiful.
Beautiful, it's always sweet.
Nobody will check whether you added fish or meat. But if God blesses you, you put small
onions.
fish.
You can add onions.
Onions will give you that flavor.
My.
You won't even know what is inside. You have finished it. So if you can endeavor to have this your meal or your food to be this packaged, I put it to you, you make people like us poor and we go hungry. Because you won't be coming. Your healthy diet stops you from having all these non-communicable diseases. Now, if you now want to go on a cheat mode, you now add small exercise to it. I now drink water. Gas girl.
What are those non-communicable
diseases?
Just
Okay.
mentioned. Why
For instance, now, Joy, you know you wanted to ask me a question. Sorry, I will get there. Like diabetes mellitus. Although medically, if there is a positive history of diabetes (DM) in a family, you are at risk of having it. But at risk does not mean you will have it. Don't forget, at risk.
Doesn't mean you will have it.
You might and you might not. So for you not to have it, you require you running away from artificial sugar. But unfortunately, everybody, I'm tired. Soda, American cola today, Pepsi cola in the afternoon.
You are mentioning
all these sodas. I'm sorry.
All these carbonated
drinks. You just pour it in your mouth. I'm guilty of that. Then you get that sugar rush. Once you have the sugar rush,
and the energy is activated immediately.
You're back. You are killing yourself gradually. People will tell you, I cannot do without eating bread and butter. Bread and mayonnaise. It is delicious. But what you are doing is you are loading yourself with unsaturated fats.
Saturated fats.
And when you load yourself with such, check, even palm oil at room temperature, it coagulates.
It solidifies.
I don't want to use solidify. It coagulates. That means, imagine you eating butter when you are spreading it on your bread or anything or yam. When you put it, it's like in a solid form. When it comes on it, you now swallow it. We should just reason in a very funny way that, is it not possible for this thing I just consumed to now go somewhere in my body and continue its solidification? Especially in the blood vessels. So what you just do is, when it comes, you just start clogging the blood vessels. And your blood that tends to be pumping on the norms, like a roller coaster, like dancing, Zanku and everything there. You now start looking for a way to go. And then pressure will start building. Then there will be overload on your heart, and there will now be wahala. And then people like us will now start eating and making money.
I want to ask, we are fond of hearing eat food rich in fiber.
Okay.
And you cannot, if you meet a layman out there and say eat food rich in fibers, they believe maybe it's a particular kind of food they need to eat. Yes. Could you throw more light on it and take us through the types of food that are rich in fiber that is pocket friendly? And then to add to that, because I want to combine two questions. When you talk about kids, there's this general saying that kids need a lot of sugar to grow, because they burn so much of energy. Now, we've had cases of obesity as a result of all these things. How would you want parents to have a diet that is balanced also for kids?
Now, let me start from the latter question. Yes, kids, this is beautiful, like beautiful. Let me ask you a question. When you were growing up, when they don't give you candy, did you die?
No. We hardly saw candies in those days, because before you have a candy, that means it's a festive period, like
or someone's birthday.
Someone's birthday. And
correct. Now, why I'm saying this is this: you don't need to load your child with artificial sugar before he gets the needed sugar.
Okay.
Carbohydrate, for instance, when it breaks down in the body, it eventually becomes glucose.
Yeah.
That is why in people with diabetes, they tend to advise them that, okay, when you are consuming carbohydrates, this is the volume you consume at a go. This is the time of the day you consume it. For instance, if it is consumed in the morning, before the day runs out, it's possible the calories has been burnt, the sugar, the glucose has been utilized. So that in a child, how do you give your child sugar? There is yam. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yam has fiber in it. All these tubers, they are rich in fiber. Cereals, not cereal, what we call cereal in pack, all these processed flakes and all those ones. No. That's what they call cereal. I know. But cereals like your rice, and if you look at rice very odd, now there is brown, there is white. Brown people tell you brown rice is expensive. No, brown rice, ofada is brown rice.
It's good.
Apart from it being delicious, and it has that scintillating smell.
Yeah.
I won't call it odor. That when you cook it here, everybody
know something.
will perceive that ofada is happening somewhere. It's actually delicious to eat too.
Okay.
It has its fiber. Now these abokis, the northerners, they make, if you check most of their drinks, they make from millet.
Yes.
Millet has its own
Fiber.
source of fiber. It's rich too. So instead of we drinking all these yogurts, flavored drinks, why not do such drinks
Another flavors.
and enjoy?
Okay, we'll start making all the likes of Zobo and the likes. It's so natural, and you can know the amount of.
But don't forget, if you are
Sugar,
making
yeah.
your zobo, the sugar that
And
you are
that's what I'm
putting,
saying, that you know the amount of
the
sugar, you
sugar.
add to it, so it will not be in excess.
You know, it's
Coffee,
something really-
coffee. Be careful yourself. Now,
Joy, your fetish must stop. Like this, your fetish must
I'm
stop.
already feeling bad because
now,
Make a New Year resolution.
Africa. Sometimes I don't take my breakfast. I just leave it. I may not take anything until like 12 or 2. And I think Joy also experienced the same
That's
thing.
bad.
Now,
That's bad.
Is breakfast important? And how much amount of water is needed in human body
For a day that you are meant
in a
to drink.
day? Yes.
Okay. Breakfast is not important. It is super important.
okay.
Joy, did you see what I said?
Yes.
No, hell.
The
Did you see?
emphasis on super.
Now let me tell you why. Most people, not abnormal people like some of us, most people sleep 9, 10 at night, and they wake up. The Muslims wake up by 5 because of their prayers,
Prayers.
and because of the Sunkere Fakere in Lagos,
Traffic, so you wake up
they
quite
wake up
early.
early to leave home. Am I communicating?
Yeah.
The period you are sleeping, your body system didn't shut down. Your body system was busy working. It's just like the clock. When you hang a clock, you don't get to hear the tick during the day. But at night, you start hearing tick, 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 letting you know your clock is working.
It's still
The
working.
same thing with your body. You are only sleeping. So when you now wake up in the morning, your glucose level would have gone down. Your body would have utilized what is meant to be utilized. Like Yoruba will tell you, "Apa ti lọ sápá, ẹsẹ̀ ti lọ sẹ́sẹ̀." I'm sorry, I maybe Olori will help me to how do I explain it?
Please don't bring that one. You can do it.
Aha. It's just like, okay, inheritance. They would have shared everything needed to be shared in your body. So you now wake up in the morning and you now go out without your food. It is dangerous. Or the quadrisky,
Yeah,
like they will say.
All the are very, very rich.
Very,
Or the
very
dangerous.
All
The botago.
the are dangerous.
Yes.
Nakago.
About the charges,
Nakago.
Nabiam.
Very well.
So if you are going out, you need to eat. Because when you eat in the morning, it gives you a lifeline for the day. And don't forget, your digestive enzymes will still be active. So if there is no food for them to work on to supply your glucose, they start dissolving other parts of your body tissues to get the required energy. And that is why most people tell you, okay, for instance, ulcer, the usual ulcer we shout about, ulcer. Good. Apart from those caused by H. pylori, Helicobacter pylori, the most prevalent one in this country is gastric secretion induced ulcer. But everybody tell you, a week later, I'm fasting. We can fast for the world in this part of the world. But your fast should not become something that will now become inimical to your body. So Lori, back to your question. Even if you are not eating that morning, grab something. It could be 2 slices of bread. Let it be in you. Like I advise my people, on a daily basis, if you want to drink water, ensure you drink at least 3 liters of water
In a day.
in a day.
3
Because
liters.
when you drink water, your kidney will not be loaded. It will be performing its function beautifully, excreting what is meant to be excreted. Am I communicating?
Yeah.
Check. Anytime you don't drink water and you go to pee, what is the color of your urine?
It's not always white.
Like
of course.
yellow.
Yeah. But when you take water,
Dehydration.
water,
Which means when you are dehydrated, it's just like when you soak your blanket inside water and you bring it out, it will be heavier and fuller. Am I right? So imagine when you now try to squeeze it, or when you squeeze your clothes, for instance, after washing, it gets rumpled. That is what happens to your cells too when you don't drink water.
enough water.
Yes, like you used to say omito ogun, which means water is medicinal. Water is life. If water was not life, God wouldn't have told water to gather in one place. Why, according to the Bible and even Yoruba mythology, when Oduduwa came, Oduduwa Teworo, it was water that had to be contented with. So what I was saying, some people tell you, I can't drink water, but they can drink soda. I can't drink water, but they can drink yogurt. Water is not tasty in my mouth, but they drink energy drinks. Killing themselves. Can you lie?
Okay, as we gradually round up, now we are the essence of this topic is so that people will have healthy diets on a low budget.
Okay.
So that it doesn't seem like anytime we talk about healthy diet, it's only the rich that we believe or perceive it's
Can
healthy,
afford it.
can afford it. Can you take us through the three process of foods that, let's say, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, just minimal for someone on the streets, how you can have those three meals, your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, and it's healthy with just what you can find within your environment.
Okay. Well,
has removed his glasses.
no, why I removed my glasses is this. Although I'm an Ijebu man,
Okay.
and I will have to bring, we are the originator of economics, so I need to bring
The economic aspect.
Jebunomics 101 out.
Into play.
Play. Let me start with this. Anybody that has ulcer, for instance, and wants to take fruit should run away from anything citrus.
In citrus, you mean
Orange, tangerine,
Yeah, I just want the viewers
Pineapple,
to leave the big grammar so that they would.
Pineapple, yeah.
anything
Yeah,
citrus.
Citrus.
So now imagine if I don't have money and I want to plan my meal, am I doing mama put? Am I buying food?
I'm talking of a regular meal. at
Good.
home.
If I want to do my breakfast, I can do ogi, pap with akara. That's cheap,
Yeah.
I guess, because you can buy an ogi of 200 naira. Although if you are the type that likes heavy food,
Yeah.
you might decide not to do ogi. You
Okay.
do bread,
Yeah.
akara,
And akara.
water. Now let us break it down. Akara has onions.
Protein.
Akara has beans, protein. Am I right? Akara has
A little bit of pepper.
oil.
Oil.
Onions are vitamins. I've already
Okay.
said that one.
Okay.
There's how you fry your akara without putting salt.
Yeah.
Am I communicating?
Yeah.
Now we come to ogi. Ogi is carbohydrates.
On its own.
That's 5, yeah? There's how you make ogi without putting water.
Okay.
How many classes of food do we have?
We have about 5.
6, thereabouts.
Yeah.
So you can see, we've
And
been.
then the milk.
You said pocket friendly.
Okay.
But sometimes you may not have
sachets,
milk.
all the-
Actually, I don't
on the eyesight for some
really
people.
subscribe to milk and all those ones.
But that's a perfect breakfast.
Fast.
Okay, let's
Bread and
do it.
akara and water.
Without the
Ogi
milk.
and
With or
akara
without the
and
milk.
water. That is breakfast. For lunch. You know, in Nigeria, the economics has made us to do 101. Am I communicating?
Yes.
So most people, their breakfast, they pushed it to become brunch, breakfast plus lunch. So
get to
if
know.
it is now said that the person had brunch, you said according to the street person.
The
no?
street person.
So what we need to focus on will now be the stop gap till evening
Okay.
or night when supper or dinner will be served.
Available.
Good. Now in the middle, it could let's assume he had ogi in the morning, for instance. He could just grab all these 100 and 150 naira loaf of bread. If he had ogi in the morning, with a bottle of water and granite or peanuts. That is snacking now.
Yes.
That is lunch now.
You can't take gari and with
When you be at work, most people will be at work.
It doesn't matter. Some people do take gari to the office.
Ha!
Keep it in your keep it in your locker.
Okay.
Excuse me, we are typical Nigerians. You are an Ijebu man. Thank
Yes.
God you say in Ijebu.
Me, I can't
So
do-
there is no way you get to an Ijebu office. A man, a woman who is an Ijebu will definitely have a bit of gari, or in the locker.
Olori, you are exposing our yanshon.
Yes,
Okay.
because I am a lover of gari.
Oh, yeah,
So now let's go to the last
last one, the
supper.
supper, fine. You are sleeping. You make little eba and water leaf soup, which is bure. Or if you cannot, and bure is cheap.
Very cheap. Very, very
Although I don't like it, but it's cheap.
Yes,
You
water
buy pepper
leaf,
100 naira.
water leaf, it's
You
very
buy water leaf maybe 200 naira. That's 300. You buy locust beans.
100 naira.
100 naira.
You
That's
get
400.
100.
Then palm oil. I don't know how much how they sell palm oil. All those ones they tie in
you can
nylon.
get-
400, 150.
Good. But palm oil is not so healthy. But this part of the world where we are, it's not possible for us to get sunflower oil and all those ones. So what we have, we
It's
get
palm
it.
oil.
So you buy palm oil 150, and maybe one woman beside your
buy
house
crayfish.
that sells fried fish. You buy it,
Or even crayfish.
put
200
it inside.
and just
Nobody know what you are eating. You eat
with what?
with eba.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And the funniest thing is, such soup, they call them, I think they used to make it padem inigunpa or
Padem
whatever.
inigunpa.
That when you put your eba inside,
It's
it
what
will start
style,
coming
it
this
will
way.
come, yeah,
So
yeah.
what people now do is they just
But you can also take it with
wheat.
wheat,
You can even take it in your rice.
Yeah, you can take it with your rice.
So
You can also take it with yam.
yam and buri.
It's vegetable.
Doctor, when you gave us this
Vegetable.
combination, for those that suffer from bloating, that once they eat something like that, they find it difficult to sleep at night. Like they can't take anything heavy once they sleep.
Yeah.
How do such people, or what's the
Manage such.
timeline? You say, okay, if you're the type that suffers from bloating a whole lot, once is this time.
6 p.m.
Okay.
6 p.m. Because you still have time for digestion to work before you sleep.
You go, you lie down and sleep.
Anybody that sleep 6 p.m. I don't know. I think it's impossible.
No, it's really no.
I want to ask another question.
Okay.
How healthy is eating chocolates?
Hey, super.
Because some will tell you.
Wait, hold on. Super duper not healthy.
Because some will tell you, I need a choco drink.
Super duper not healthy.
Not even warm.
Super
Not
duper
cold.
not healthy.
I love
Chocolate
this
is too
super
sugar.
healthy.
It's sugar. No, let's be realistic.
Okay, so now if I want to take my meal, I should make sure it's by 6 p.m. I've had my meal.
And it even
irrespective.
reduces you adding weight. The risk of you becoming
Irrespective.
obese and all those ones.
Then is it true that when you don't exercise and you don't have activity around you and you consume, you had?
Now, Olori, I will just paint this picture. Imagine your house. Grass grows weed. You have a lot of weed in your compound.
Okay.
Am I communicating?
Yeah.
Now, will that house be infested by rodents and dirt or not?
Of course it will.
That is it. It's not possible for you to eat and not exercise or do something. If you eat and just sit down, bam. How will your body utilize the food that has been eaten by you? It's just like you putting fuel in your generator and you are not starting the generator. How will the generator produce light or power supply?
Doctor, alcohol consumption, before we sign you out, alcohol consumption, and I know people were waiting for us to ask this question now. For those that, they'll tell you, the doctor says a glass of wine
is not bad. It's not bad to the
You're a
health.
medical doctor.
Especially
you're
red
here.
wine.
So tell us
How healthy
alcoholic
is red
consumption.
wine or white wine?
And when I mean alcoholic consumption, I'm talking about the
Spirits,
spirit,
the
everything
brandy,
that,
the vodka,
whether it's 2%,
the
1%,
whiskey.
as long as there is alcoholic content in it.
Let me tell you something. Everybody believes alcohol is a way to enjoy life, and that the quality or the other the price of the alcohol you take reduces the risk. Na lie. Alcohol na alcohol. Shekwe na shekwe. Ogogoro na ogogoro. No, I am serious.
Okay.
Because alcohol is a stimulant. It's not possible for you to drink alcohol and your body will be normal. There is going to be a fine-tuning or an increase or a kind of a let me use the word in music, crescendo in your system. Now tell me anything that does that. Have you ever eaten before and feel like jumping up or standing on your head? Has food ever intoxicated you?
No. I rather eat, I want to go to bed. I want to rest.
But alcohol, when you drink alcohol,
It gets
whether ogogoro,
Fire
whether
branch.
shekpe, whether vodka, whether wine, whatsoever, there is a way you feel as if, yes, my eyes are opened, I can now see.
even red wine.
Olori, they tell you a cup of red wine. Yes. Now, how many of us know where those wines were manufactured? Wines are meant to be made from grapes under normal circumstances.
Yeah.
Am I communicating?
Yeah.
Grapes are fruits, fermented fruits.
Fruits.
Yes. But all these wines we drink, they are bottled, brought in, preservatives, everything added into it. You don't know where and how. For instance, recently in the news, there is, how do I call it? They are busting
Yeah.
people making fake drinks
Fake drinks.
in the corner of their room. Imagine water from one Ngudi river. They'll put it, put ethanol, put flavor, cook it, and they tell you it is one expensive wine, and you buy it.
I'm sure we've had a wonderful brainstorming episode today on Family of Values. Thank you, Doctor.
It's a pleasure,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much for
So
train
good.
life.
I
It's a
know
pleasure.
we'll have more of you around from time to time.
God willing.
And God will continue to keep you and continue to keep Med made
Ishe,
by
amen.
God's grace. A
Amen.
big shout out to my daughter. She's 18 today.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday to you.
Oluwa Shemilore Damilola Petra and David, happy birthday to you.
Tell your mom
All
to
of
give us
us here.
our own share of cake.
But you said we should not eat cake.
She didn't say so.
So
No, I said there's a cheat period.
There's a
you
cheat
drink
period.
water with gari and granite. We have plenty of that to celebrate her birthday. So if you want to join us, meet us here after the program. On that note, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has made today's program a success. Thank you to the Almighty God. We love you. We appreciate you. Please keep allowing the comments to come in. Continue to like our page, and we'll be looking out for you. As you remain Olori Alajoke, Olori AJ. Joy girl.
Yes, like we say, Thursdays are healthy, where we talk about everything about health. Today, trust me, I've learned to. I'm going to sit down and make some adjustments.
Yes,
no,
so
jokes apart, I'm
very
really going to do
important.
some adjustment because I need to stay healthy so that I can serve you better. Please go to our Facebook page so that you will not miss episodes like this. Download the app and always watch us on the go. The next program is up on Galaxy Television. My name remains Jayabi. Yeah, it's Friday. Thank God. We're
It's
approaching the
Friday.
weekend. It's Friday. We'll see you
Friday.
tomorrow.
The last
Bye.
Friday in the year, anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Bye.
Bye.